I watched that cocksucker operate with impunity for over 10 years, and now I got it. The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Good evening, Ape Nation. Guys, what's going on? It is Saturday night, November 13th, 2021. And if you don't know where that quote's from, I'm sure most of you do. It's from a 20-year-old movie called Training Day with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. Washington plays an inner-city narcotics unit leader, and Hoyt is a training officer. They spend a day together. That's what the movie's about. But that particular line that I put in the intro, he says that this game is chess, not checkers. And what he means by that is things are way more complicated than they may seem to an outsider, that this job has a lot of dynamic and fast-moving parts to it. So you may be saying to yourself, Massalorian, what does AMC have to do with Training Day and vice versa? And I would say,
shoot the speeder.
And you just said that on camera. This going viral.
guys, thank you so much for crushing it and getting me to 1,000 subscribers. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, this is the way. So really quickly, guys, I'm just going to tell you, I decided to push off releasing the 2-part mini docu that I'm doing, only because this information came across, and I wouldn't be doing you guys or myself justice, or the channel justice. You guys subbed on because this is an AMC channel, and whatever my personal beliefs are on certain things, even if it is just trying to research and get the facts out, that should not supersede what goes on with AMC, because I realize how much this play financially means to all of you and myself as well. So I'm going to put that on hold, and I'm going to do this video tonight, and tomorrow I will release the new videos. All right, so let's break this down. What is AMC and Training Day? What's the correlation? The checkers and the chess. Well, I'm sure you guys would agree with me. Over the last 11 months, we have seen just how intricate the stock market is, just how complicated it can be sometimes to try to break down fact from fiction, DD that's solid, vetting resources, interviews, who's doing a GoFundMe, log the float, computer share, say technologies, and the list goes on. But there are a few facts that we can build a solid foundation on and build our conviction on for this short squeeze. And this article, shout out to Jeff Forbes, who did a video about it earlier. He touched on a few points, and I'm just going to touch on a few more that he didn't get to. But I wanted to give credit where credit is due. Jeff alerted me to this article. And this is from 11/10/2021. It is entitled, "Is AMC stock a buy now? Here's what fundamentals, chart action, fund ownership metrics say." And I believe looking at institutional ownership of AMC really gives an inside look into what people outside of retail are thinking about the short squeeze play on AMC, the fundamentals, the whole nine. So if we go over to Market Beat, and Jeff pointed this out, but I just want to reiterate it because I think it so validates our position right now. If you look at institutional ownership of AMC, we can see that from Q3 of 2018 to Q4 of 2020, it was basically a stagnant stock, right? There was no buying or selling, no inflow, no outflow. But as we came out of the pandemic back in January, look at the institutional ownership of AMC. Q1, we go up, we hit 370, but 13 million sold, right? Q2, we have 1.9 billion bought, 409 sold. And look at the difference in Q3, 701 million bought to 4.5 million sold. So institutional ownership has just gone up, and you can expect that a lot of these people are still holding these positions from back when the stock was extremely cheap. So the first thing they kind of touched on in this article was the short positions. And it says, in the week ending September 17th, Trade Zero reported an additional 8,000 short sale trades made at an average price of $48.39. So up until the 17th, AMC was still a very heavily shorted stock. Now, Jeff talks in his video and says retail has been shorting, not the apes. And we kind of got to make a definition here of retail investors, institutional, and then you have the apes. Now, in the market, all three individual entities have their role in the short squeeze play. Institutional buying keeps us relevant, but also gives us legitimacy to the rest of the market. Retail investors, who we've been saying are on the sidelines waiting for AMC to break out, need to play their part in order to create FOMO to get us back up to and above $70 a share. And I agree with Jeff and a lot of other people, including Lou. When we hit $100 per share, it's off to the races because we've just never been there before. And we also have the apes, right? Who are myself and you guys who have been buying and holding this whole time, waiting for the MOASS. Now, in the article, they gave 3 different analysis, let's say, of AMC. They talked about the fundamentals, the charts, and the fund ownership. And they give metrics for each. And, you know, a lot of people say it's not a fundamentals play, it's a short squeeze play. I say that myself. But again, going back to the intro, each of these 3 categories has their place for the squeeze. And it goes in and talks about how well AMC is doing. They talk about Adam Aron and how he shelved all the shares that he was going to send open to the open market. Now, in the next subheading, it says, are the shorts covering AMC stock? And I highlighted just this little area here, and it talks about how there's 89.6 million shares shorted currently. It says, so short interest, in other words, swallows up about 19% of the stock's entire float. Still a hefty amount. The figure stood at 21% in the spring, so before our run-up. It says the New York Stock Exchange publishes data on short sale positions only twice a month, which we know. Plus, the short coverage ratio can be skewed by dramatic changes in daily share turnover. The above data also does not consider any shares that may have been sold short in dark pools. And guys, I think that's a big thing we have to keep into consideration when we're talking about AMC. It has been manipulated so heavily. There's really no way that we can go off of these numbers that you may see through Ortex data because of how corrupt AMC stocks have been played for the last 10 months. Now, the article continues on. Wall Street now expects net losses of $2.72 a share for 2021, a far cry from the unadjusted net loss of $16.15 it suffered last year. And the street sees net losses shrinking further in 2022 to 74 cents a share. Recently, that estimate stood at a net loss of 96. So down 20%. And it continues with big sales expected to arrive. Expect cash flows to improve. And I think that's why last night in my video, when I said that AMC becoming profitable, while it would be awesome for the stock and awesome for our squeeze, all the things that Adam Aron's done have definitely kept us in the game, but we don't need to be profitable by the end of the year in order for AMC to MOASS. And guys, I will leave you with this. In the conclusion, it said, is AMC right now a buy or a sell? It talked about how AMC is still down 40% from its all-time high of 72.62 back on June 3rd. But without a doubt, AMC is still building a new base. It will need at least several weeks, if not months, for AMC to build the right side of that new base in bullish fashion. Watch for a potential handle to form too. Arguably 52.79 stands as the left side high of an emerging new 2-month pattern. And just looking at AMC really quickly, we can see right here on the chart, AMC, when last time it was up around $51, we are looking for this to kind of form and go up from here. We're looking to break out of this pattern, get up past $50 again, and then we are on our way back up to these levels that we saw back in the early June. And I don't know what that catalyst will be. Everything that's gone by so far has not triggered it. But I think, guys, we're still sitting really in a great position right now, closing out at $40 on Friday. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone who has continued to keep me updated with this play. It's been really tough with work. but you guys have been in contact with me and giving me information, sending me things, and I appreciate all of you helping me out on this. It is definitely a group effort. I'm so proud of all the people out there who have stuck with this all this time and are still here, coming in day after day. Thank you for supporting me and this channel and the community. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.